Say hello to SpongeBob SquarePants, Lieutenant Dan. This is the first installment of what will be the cooking show. I don't know what I call it. I thought about a name. It had something to do with frugal, but it's not like the Frugal Chef. I remember him as a kid. I appreciated his work. It's more like cooking on a budget, sort of like guerrilla cooking. Like trying to make the most out of what you got. So today what we're going to cover is chicken wings, and I'm going to do this a certain way. I was trying to think about this. So Kristen Lumsden, thank you so much. Kristen messaged me. She lives not that too far away, and here in the neighborhood somebody put a smoker / grill out at the curb. I got in my car, ran around, didn't find it, knocked on her door, didn't get an answer, came back here, checked my text messages and said, hey, where's that at? And she told me, and I ran back out and grabbed it. It's a little rusty on the outside. It's perfect for what I want to do. So I have made a mix of stuff tonight, but today we're going to focus on chicken wings. And this is typically how I will buy them, unless I will buy them in a large bag. I tend to buy them whole this way. I don't tend to pull them off of a full chicken because you only get 2 wings per chicken. When somebody wants chicken wings, I'm making an executive decision today because usually when we got 3 parts, you got like what is the drumette and the flat, and then I don't know what do they call the tip. Basically, it's where the fingers are. I had to think about this. A lot of times I will slice these and I'll use an oven, but since we have a grill, I'm afraid that this will fall through the grate. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just this end joint off, and this is a, I guess, deboning knife I picked up at Mart. I think Mart, it's a cooking supply store here. It's on Lamar here in Austin. I'll put the link down below. This thing can castrate a gnat. You have to be really careful with this, but what I'm going to try to find is the joint right here, and I want to be able to slide the knife there and press down to see if I can get that to separate without removing a finger, because I need those as a body worker. Now, I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and just cook this just like this, because I think it's going to be easier to handle on the grill. I'm just going to be grilling these and then adding some smoke. The tips, we're going to change this up. You do not want to throw this away. I know that some people like to eat the skin off the end of these. That's certainly an option. If you want to leave them on, you could do them whole. I tend to take these and freeze them and use them for chicken stock. This skin and fat really adds to the collagen level of the stock that I make, and it's a good way of like using kitchen thrift. Now, these are much less expensive than if you bought them all parted out. This is one of the things I'm picky about, and I'm trying to find that joint right in there. I'm trying to see where I think that edge is so I can slice down and through it. There we go. And you're gonna have to be careful as you do this, just a little bit of trial and error. You could try to come in from the other side, but I find it doesn't like go flat the way I want it. This I can kind of bend at this joint here to try to find it. I can usually find that edge and then slice through. Now, those bones are also thin enough that you can usually slice just a little bit through there if you have to. So, we're going to take these and we're going to bag them up and freeze them. And then we're going to talk about the seasoning mix that we're going to use today. Since this is the first episode, if you will, we're going to have to experiment in some of the recipes, because I made one of the sauces that I'm going to use in a previous episode, and I'll have to how do I say that? I'll have to give credit to Marion Grasby about that. Let's see, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 2 more, is that right? I also like these. I got these on Amazon. These are really nice when I'm doing something temporary like this that I want to be able to easily come in and clean up afterwards. The big, huge cutting board is more for like big tasks. This I consider fairly small. Just gonna slice through there. So I got 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just about half and half. Now I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of these. These wing tips, these right here, are all gonna get frozen. We're gonna save that for chicken stock. Whenever I roast whole chickens, we tend to pull off whatever meat we want. Cece in particular likes to take the shredded meat and make flautas with it. So I'll tend to cook at least 2 chickens at a time. We use the carcass and any little bits of skin we don't use, and we use that in the chicken stock with these. I almost forgot, and I feel really, really chagrined about this. The most important part of the grilling process is starting to drink. Because we all know that this is the reason we do it. Because you can drink all day as long as you're cooking. You're doing something productive. Everybody leave you alone. They'll allow you to be an alcoholic in peace. So I've got my chicken wings all parted out. Again, I said that I want to keep them together. I just cut off the wing tip. We're going to go ahead and get the grill set up and check out Pacifico Clara. I'm going to do a review on this specific beer, but let's see how this is. Smells good, and I think it's going to be lighter, a little refreshing. Austin, it's very important at this time of year to stay hydrated. I've had a bunch of snake juice earlier today and a small meal so I could get ready for all of this. Got a ton of stuff to do. Let's go ahead and get the grill ready, and I'll do some tasting notes on the beer. Beer tasting notes. Super light, super crisp. Carbonated, not overwhelming. I think it pairs perfectly with something like what I'm going to make. You know, we're going to have like some, not smoked meats, but grilled meats. It's light, crisp, refreshing. I can have a couple of these while I cook. All good. Earlier today, I went ahead and cleaned these grill plates. And on the inside, what I've got is essentially a smoker. It's got a pan at the bottom to catch drippings. This was an extra pan that I can use, but I think I'm gonna need the airflow from below. So I've got one grate and then another, probably about 8 inches below. I'm gonna put the coals on there, and then we've got a lid. It's, you know, got a little bit of a temperature gauge on it. We'll see if it works. But rusted, I don't give 2 shits. This is kitchen thrift. How much did my charcoal cost me? Nothing. How much did the smoker cost me? Nothing. How much did the grill cost me? Nothing. How much did chicken wings cost? Oh, dude, they're dirt cheap. It was like 12 bucks for the whole thing. If you're gonna buy chicken wings, I really think that's the way to go instead of buying them already parted out. I mean, it's up to you. You can do whatever you want. I save my money, I buy better beer. It's mainly what we want to do here is find out if the Bridgeford charcoal bag is flammable. Maybe not. Maybe I made an error. So I did use a little bit of lighter fluid. I know for some people that's a no-no. I don't have a chimney right now, so I'm gonna work on that for next time. I'm just gonna allow these to burn and catch. I'm just gonna leave it just like it is. We're gonna go ahead and go inside and go ahead and set up for the various spices that we're gonna use for 2 parts of the chicken wings. And I haven't grilled these before, so this is gonna be super interesting. I'm going to do 2 different versions, and this is something that we're going to experiment with, find out what we like best. So one of my classics, I'm going to go to, is I'm going to take some Kashmiri chili and about a half a stick of butter. Now, you can measure this if you want. I would say probably about 3 tablespoons. Probably 2 to 3 tablespoons, something like that. These are spices. You can measure as much as you want. Kashmiri chili, you could probably pick it up at your local Indian restaurant. I use this when I make chicken tikka masala, so I'm almost always got a bag of this around. For some heat, I'm gonna add some cayenne. It's called just chili powder at the Indian market, but essentially the same thing. Get about a tablespoon or so of that. We tend to like stuff really hot. If you want some flavor, you want some spice, I would go with just a Kashmiri chili and leave this out. CC and I like to cauterize our entrails on the way in. And I think, I do not. I thought I had garlic powder. I would normally add that. I'm gonna go ahead and just add some salt to the outside. And we don't have these brined or anything, so I'm gonna use a goodly amount of salt, probably a couple tablespoons. It's just gonna coat the wings. This is gonna get melted down. Now we have another half stick of butter in this other jar here. And let me see, get a spoon where I'm at. This is a new kitchen to me, so I'm still trying to get organized. Now, I don't have the recipe for this, but I'm going to link down below. Marion Grasby is a wonderful cook who opens up like Asian cuisine for Westerners. She is half Thai, I think half Australian. This is a curry paste that I made called nak prim pao. I first got this recipe for her. It's a Thai chili jam. It's got palm sugar, it's got tamarind, and I'm trying to think of what else is in the mix. Cayenne, shallots, garlic, shrimp paste. Absolutely amazing. I think I'm going to do a half stick of butter in each and those different ingredients to go ahead and put that together. The nak prim pao recipe, you'll be able to get that from Marion. I'll make sure to put that down below. But this is almost exactly the same thing that she recommended. I actually decreased the chilies in this. I used a different variety so it wasn't just so molten. The palm sugar forms a glaze, like a little bit of sugar. It's got this sweet, tart, spicy thing going on because of the palm sugar. Palm sugar to me tastes a little bit like clover honey as a flavor profile. It's got a unique flavor to it. So these are going to get melted down. If I need to, I can stretch it with a little bit of water if I need to. I just want to be able to coat the chicken wings so we can put these on the grill. I put this in the microwave and we got our Kashmiri chili with a little bit of butter, some cayenne, and I added salt to this one. You'll notice that I didn't add salt to the nak prim pao, but it's already got fish sauce in it. I haven't done this with butter before. It's separated just a little bit. I'm gonna let it cool and continue stirring before I get it to coat the chicken here. If for some reason you needed to thin the nak prim pao out, what I would go ahead and do is add just a little bit of fish sauce if you decided you needed just a little bit more umami, maybe a little bit more salt. We're gonna go ahead and coat the chicken wings and head outside. Some good ash on the coals there. I'm gonna grab a couple of pecan chunks and add that for some smoke. I think I might use one now and then another later. We're gonna see if I can, whoo, that's hot. Good Lord. All right, so we're gonna make sure we got the top side of the grill plate. Gonna put that on right there. And I'm gonna do the hippie shake and continue to coat these wings. The tamarind did quite well. It got a little too hot in the microwave, but it cooled down when it got on the chicken wings. I'm just trying to get that sauce to really coat. And I'm glad we left these whole. I think it would have just made a mess. The flats probably would have just fallen through the grates. I don't like that. Though these are harder to flip. It is notable that a pair of Thai fisherman pants holds a pair of tongs almost perfectly. Take that. All right, we'll keep working on that. That pecan is starting to catch. I'm gonna go ahead and put these on. And I think I'm gonna put the bottom side down. You're gonna see how this goes. And I'm super excited to see how these turn out. This might become a regular recipe if this works really well. So Thai style and Indian style chicken wings. As a note, I like just plain old, like regular hot wings, but that's just me. CC in particular, she seems to, she likes to experiment a little bit more. So some of this congealed. I'm gonna pick one, put that on. Some of that's just gonna burn off or fall through the grate like that piece. Make sure to stick that on there. And we're gonna give that just a second. I wanna see if that flares up, gives us time to have a taste of our tasty beer. And any flames? Yeah, just a little bit as that wood starts to catch. Guys, you have no idea, I'm about to die. I was so excited. I'm like, oh, grilled meat. I was in an apartment. You couldn't do this shit at all. I'm gonna open up the grate on here just a little bit. Just about half of what it allows, because I want to keep some of that smoke in there. And the flames are coming up from that piece of pecan, but we're going to give it just a minute. I just want it to catch a little bit more. I think that the powdery spices with the butter make it adhere, the cashmere ones, a little bit better than the jam. But I'll have to experiment with that. I might be able to add a little bit of garlic powder or some cayenne or something to be able to make it a little bit thicker. Okay, we're going to go ahead and cover this. Let that sit, and we will continue working. We're going to find out if this temperature gauge actually works. It says it's at 100 right now. I'm assuming that's Fahrenheit. Celsius is on the inside, I believe. Yeah. So we'll wait and see if this actually goes up, like if this thermostat even works on here. I don't think it's all that necessary. I just want to make sure that there is some smoke coming out, and I think we're good to go. Super, super excited to see how these turn out. 5 minutes. I went in, washed down some of the dishes. Big part of the deal, kitchen efficiency. Thrift and efficiency, mise en place. I tend to just wash some dishes as I go so that when I'm done, it's not such a big deal. One of the reasons I like drinking when I cook is I just get a chance to like hang out, taste stuff, try different ingredients, see what I like, see what I don't like. It's relaxing, it's a part of the process, and oh my god, if the thermometer works, we're about 225, I think, and I'm gonna go ahead and check this. It's been about 5, maybe 10 minutes. Oh yes, oh yes. So I don't think I look singed, but I want to put the lid back on to limit some of the air there. I'm going to try to close this some. Let it close a little bit. There we go. I'm going to just cut down on the airflow just a little bit. I just want it to cool just a little. It looked like it was singeing a little bit on the bottom. I wanted to let those go maybe another 5 minutes before I flip them. I think it's been about 5 minutes, and the next part of our quest, you have to open another beer. I mean, this is like step 3 or 4 or something like that. So, do you drink your beer just out of the can? I like drinking mine out of a pint glass. I found I enjoyed it just a little bit more because I could get like a good look at the beer. Like I felt like it was more presentation, you know, with the can. So that worked for me. See where my tongs at over here. So temperature is about 225. I'm just keeping track of that for like future note. Every time you do this, like grill, smoker, people want to take it, improve it, twist it, tweak it. I know I do. Somebody was, Chad Bolding was talking to me about pellet grills. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but it was free. That's my cost. So these look pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can turn these. Got a little caramelization there. Looks really good. And if you're getting too much crisp, you can always move away from the coals or away from the piece of pecan in particular. That wood will flame up. And then after I think I get a good sear on this side, I think what I'm going to do, the coals are a little bit to that side. I think I'm going to move them over here, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the cashmere chili on. But let me give that just a second while I try out my tasty beverage. We have to admire the meat here. This is a big part of having a backyard in Austin full of dragonflies. Thank you to Spencer for cutting the grass. It was overgrown. Man, that's an infinitely drinkable beer. Oh, so nice. Probably gonna leave those about another 10 minutes or so and then check them. All right, so we get the tongs, and I guess I'll bring the cashmere chili over here. And I doubt these are gonna wanna come off just yet, but let's go ahead and check these and see what we got. There we go. So there's a little color, but not too bad. I'm gonna move these just to the edge so they can keep cooking. Oh man, that looks so good. That little bit of caramelized. Oh yeah. Oh, dirty. You dirty, dirty chickens. Oh man, God, that looks so good. All right, so I'm gonna put the Kashmiri chili in here. You're still gonna get some heat, but it's not gonna caramelize quite as deeply. If I had to say which is my favorite, I don't know yet, because I haven't done the Kashmiri chili. Well, I say this, I haven't done the Nak Prim Pow at all, so we're gonna get a chance to see what these are like. I'm gonna put these in just a little bit closer because of our space limitations here. This is like Austin housing. Right in there. And I'm gonna let that sit, just for a second so I can have it. Just a general admiration for my chicken wings. Now, I also have burgers and my version of steak, which is a prime chuck roast. Do I want to film that? It's not really all that exciting. I can cover that another time. We could talk about burgers specifically and what I think they're best for. All right, guys, we're gonna check these and see how they're doing. You have to make sure to appropriately place your beer. Okay, still cooking on the edges, but doesn't look like it's not like caramelizing like dark. How does this look on the bottom? I don't think we're quite there yet. I'm gonna leave these just a little bit longer. That piece of pecan looks like it's still going. It looks like it's about a third of the way done. I'm gonna go ahead and just cover this back and let it keep going. I'm gonna let this sit for just a second. I wanna see what it looks like when the smoke is coming through and like how ample it is. So yeah, no, it's still smoking, still coming out, you know, Cheech and Chong, still smoking. Yeah, that's one of my favorites, by the way. You know, we got in trouble. We watched that in high school, like I brought it in as a VHS tape. Yeah, it was this technology we had with these these tapes that you had to like rewind, but I brought Still Smoking to school and we watched it. It was a triumph. It had like boobies in it. We even got like notice from the principal. It was like, no, I can't watch that at school. It's like, why not? It's on VHS. So yeah, we're still holding. It looks like it's a little lower. It's about, let's see, 175. Go ahead and take this off and see how we're looking. Because I want to make sure these aren't like dried out. Nah, they still look juicy as drippings coming off. I think these on the edge are fine. Let me go ahead and turn these. Yeah. These on the edge look like they need to be over the coals just a little bit more. There we go. A little bit darker. All right, let's see, how's our piece of pecan? It looks like it's doing okay. Yeah, I don't think it's completely like dried out. I think another 5 minutes, these can just come off. But let me give that just a second to see if that catches. I'm probably gonna have to, when the Kashmiri wings are done, I'm probably gonna have to take the grill off and go ahead and check the coals, maybe add some more. It's a Kingsford that I'm using today. Also don't have my reading glasses on, but we do the best we can. So the sun comes up because the sun rises in the east, right? So the west is in front of the house. It's a 2-story. So in the late afternoon, it starts to get some shade back here. Thank fucking God, Jesus. because summer temperatures in Austin are just fucking brutal. You want to be able to cook it well enough so that there's no issues, chicken in particular. Beef you can eat somewhat rare. You don't want to do a ground beef so much, but it's generally safe. Here goes the smoke. There we go. There we go. So temperature going up slowly, about 125. With chicken, I tend to put chicken wings in the oven probably at about 425. No, that's not right. More like 400 for about 30-45 minutes, somewhere in there. But every oven that I've had, like I just moved from an apartment, you have to like adjust it. Like it doesn't seem to hold temperature, you know, the same way. So you want to cook it so that it's like caramelized on the outside. You've got those nice Maillard reactions, but you don't want to cook it to the point where it dries out. There's nothing worse. Like, I don't know what it is about chicken legs. If you ever buy chicken legs that are parted out, every time I fry goddamn chicken legs, it winds up being like pink on the deep inside. I don't know why that piece of the meat like just doesn't seem to get to temperature that I need. Some of the coals are starting to die down, but having a cooler temperature for the outer pieces, these are here. I'm gonna pull these off. Oh my God, these look good. I think I made an excellent choice. Oh my God, it's still dripping. So there's some definite caramelization. There are a couple black spots, you know, but it's not anything too bad. Let me go ahead and look at these real quick. I think we need some more coals. Let me flip this and see what these look like. Nah, you know what? I think I can probably get away. Let me move some of these around, like this guy. I'm gonna move it more towards the center over here. And I'm trying to move them just a little bit over the coals. We're gonna open this up just a little bit. Little more air flow through. Go ahead and check that out. And these, man, do these look good. Look at this. Oh, I feel like Homer. Oh, man, that looks good. So yeah, we're gonna give these probably about another 10 minutes. I'm gonna check the temperature here. It's just under 150 after taking the lid off. Let's go ahead and take this off and see where we're at. Ah, good, we got a little char. There we go. See a little black there? There we go. Move that to the edge. Move that to the edge. A little more heat coming off with those coals. Yeah, those other coals caught. Let me see how I'm gonna arrange this. I'm gonna put these to the side. Those need a little bit more on that side. A little bit more there. God damn, those look good. So yeah, that caught, is that piece of pecan still going? It's still going for now. I think we're gonna go and cover it up, just let it sit. Probably again, another 5-10 minutes. I think these are good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and take these off. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the top grate off. I'm gonna rearrange the coals. And then I'm gonna get it ready for my beef, which I haven't showed you yet. So those look amazing. Still plenty juicy. Looks great to me. Oh man, it smells good. So let me grab this grate here and pull it off and see if I can rearrange some of these coals. And I'm gonna wash this off before I put the meat on. And some of these coals, yeah, they've just like burned out, but I can scoot them kind of together. I think I'm gonna add some more and then add some wood chunk, pecan. And this is an amazingly good design, I think. I could stand to have one of these that was a bit bigger. But as far as its size is concerned, it's a little small, but for what it does, it's pretty nice. I'm gonna add a bit more pecan. Beef in particular holds up to wood smoke really well, and it's a big deal in Texas. So I'm gonna put these on the edges here. And I think I'll start with 2. We'll see how that goes. I'm gonna go ahead and put the grate back on. If I can grab that. And I'm just gonna run this on long to get some of that from the chicken just to fall off and burn off. Let's see, do I need to turn that over? I think so. That'll work a little better. Good coals here. Let me find a couple of good pieces of this. This is a prime chuck roast that I sliced. And I think, I don't know about that one. I'm gonna wait till later on that one. Let's do a third. There we go. That's real solid. So I'm gonna put those there. I'm gonna put some burgers around the edge. And we have plenty. This is another thing about the kitchen thrift that I was talking about. This is 80-20 ground beef. All I've done is added some garlic powder, some salt, some cracked black pepper too. And if you've got a day off, like it's a Sunday like me, then why not? You know, you're gonna hang outside, you're gonna cook for a while. I'm gonna go ahead and put these out to the edges. And let's go ahead and put the lid on. We were getting closer to 250 in terms of temperature, and I want that to smoke just for a second. Those coals look good and hot. Let me go ahead and put this on top. And beef, very different. I put 2 chunks of pecan. It's probably gonna smoke just a bit more. The temperature dropped to just about 100 degrees. We're gonna see in just a minute if it cranks back up to that 200 or 250 degree mark. It was a little closer to like 225, I think, at one point when I added the new coals. So we'll see how that goes. On the burgers as well. It's been about 5 minutes since last time. And let's see where we're at. So I think that steak is done. That's good. These are still good right at the edges. I don't think that's overcooked. I think it's like medium rare. I think that's got a little crust on it. That's gonna be super nice. There'll probably be some photos because I want to be able to show this off, but I think these are great. This is me showing off the garlic aioli I made. You don't make garlic aioli? Guys, what are you doing? What did you do in your free time while I was shooting this video? I've got one of the burgers, a blue cheese. CC wanted lettuce. I also made a yogurt cucumber relish, essentially. I would call it tzatziki, but it didn't have dill in it. It's not really traditional. I just had some really tart yogurt and cucumbers that I sliced up, mixed with some lemon juice, salt, and pepper. There's something about the flavor of smoked burgers with the yogurt in particular, the acid that kind of cuts. I like a little bit of garlic aioli. I made it with avocado oil. I can maybe include a recipe for that later. This is, of course, me just plating up what CC wanted. I was really happy with how this came out, and I'm really interested to see where the cooking program goes long term. If you have specific comments or concerns, stuff that you want to see, just let me know. I wanted to go ahead and show in a minute, very briefly, how much roundabout it cost. So we got a grill and smoker for free. We got the charcoal for free. I did pay for some wood chunks. It was like $10 for a bag of pecan chunks. Avocado oils, pretty inexpensive. Couple of eggs to make the aioli. The cucumber, yogurt sauce. Cucumber's cheap. Yogurt's pretty cheap. The main thing is the cost of the meat, and I think it cost about $25 for a 5-pound tube of ground beef. It cost $14, I think, for the prime chuck roast. And then the chicken wings cost about $13 or $14. So in a second here, I'll just total that up for you. I was really happy with the flavor and how it came out. I wasn't as impressed with the chicken wings, and I'm going to have to experiment with this. I think it might be better to put butter on the wings and then coat them with some kind of dry spice so it sticks. The Knack Prim Pow in particular didn't stick quite as well. I almost think I might have to glaze those again. But you can see some close-ups of what the chicken looked like when it was finished. Very well done, not perfectly executed, but I'm a critic. I'm always trying to make the prime chuck roast, the wings, everything just as better. Make it as good as I can. And you can see the garlic aioli and the cucumber sauce right there. But it was super, super good. I'm very, very excited to go ahead and produce more. And you can see right here where I'm showing you the fee for what it cost to put it all together. And as you can see there, it's give or take about $74 for the whole thing. We're probably going to eat off of this for 3 or 4 days. This is a big reason that I'm such a proponent of kitchen thrift. You're going to eat much higher quality at a much lower cost. We'll see where this goes long term. You guys let me know what you want, and I'm happy to produce. You guys have a good day.